The lieutenant is making judgments about the other individuals in the room, finding some threatening and others interesting. A fuzzy animal-shaped toy that looks a bit like a bear.
I don't care who you say you are. You're evil monsters in disguise. You want to get by me and the only people I can trust. You want to get into the back of my brain. You want to rewire me and change the way I think. Go away. Go away! Go away! Or we'll hurt you and make you go away.
I listened to my brother Rackaback and to my friend Tuscan. They say we have to protect this room and keep anyone from getting into it. Tuscan's afraid.
Watch what you say, Gormagon. You know I trust you.
He's just afraid, that's all.
I'm more interested in a good fight than in talking.
If you want the bear, you'll have to beat me at this game of chess.
A complex situation. However, check and mate.
How'd you do that?
He cheated you, brother. He must have cheated you.
No, that's a legal move. Here, take the bear. I promised, and I do what I say.
I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game. I think it's a dumb game. That's what I think of this game.
Gormagon is one of the healthier individuals on this ship. Except for emotional stress, probably the result of being bullied by his buddies here. He's reasonably sound in mind and body. If I had to, I'd feel confident about treating him medically. Like so many others aboard this ship, he's the victim of developmental genetic damage. A chromosomal misalignment induces a greater inclination to violence. I wouldn't feel confident enough to treat him medically without the full database of the Enterprise systems. Jim, he has fairly extensive brain damage and may be causing paranoid delusions. It's also resulting in increased levels of hostility. His adrenaline levels run quite high, and there's been organ damage from the extreme stress.
This individual appears somewhat elderly, but he holds his head proudly and his shoulders are thrown back. He nods benignly at you and a yellowish crown slips down a little lower on his brow. He clenches a short silvery rod with a bulbous tip firmly in one hand. This individual wears a placid expression as he piles one block atop another, playing quietly. The incongruous thing is that he appears to be a full-grown adult. Noticing that you're looking at him, he raises his arms to you with a hopeful look.
This situation calls for a good diplomat or a good psychiatrist.
These two individuals may be able to tell us something, Captain.
I'd like to examine these two individuals, Captain.
Captain, the man in that throne-like chair seems to be staring at me. Perhaps I should try to talk to him.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Who are you?
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy? Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy? Can you smile for me, Jakesy? Is there something you want, Jakesy? What can you tell me about this place, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the...
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about... Can I play with the blocks, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship...
Jakesy.
What can you tell me about... Can I play... Can you smile for me, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk.
Jakesy.
What can you tell? Can you smile? Is there something you want, Jakesy?
The sweet-faced adult shakes his head no.
Methinks you peasants should know your place and speak only when royalty speaks first to you.
Remember, this is a new race, Captain. While these people are clearly humanoid, I may not have all the answers. This individual is a bit elderly, but not in too bad shape when you take that into account. He seems to be suffering some brain lesions that might be genetically linked, nerve degeneration in the lower back. I believe this person has reached adulthood physically, Jim. But brain activity scans suggest he may have suffered a failure to mature intellectually.
What a noble-looking woman you are. You have my permission to speak. What a noble-looking woman you are. You have my permission to speak. You stand out remarkably, bearing yourself like a queen. Yet these Carls do not treat you as royalty. Surely you have royal blood flowing in your veins?
Bloodlines do not dictate who we listen to. We weigh a person's worth by their actions. My leader here is Captain Kirk, an admirable man. Speak with him. My ancestors ruled in the lands of Kush and Timbuktu. We may speak as peers, you and I. Royalty recognizes royalty, does it not? Look on me and decide for yourself. You will know. Bloodline. My ancestors ruled in the lands of Kush and Timbuktu. We may speak as peers, you and I.
Oh, I am so glad to find another of royal blood. I am so tired of sitting here all the time, but whenever I leave, thralls and lesser folk plant their fundaments on the great throne, and that's just not acceptable. I know you'll mind the proprieties and not let anyone else sit on the throne. And now, I'll finally be able to go and get some rest.
Switch. You manage to untwist a length of wire and a light bar.
Captain, we have just been thoroughly and efficiently scanned.
Please identify yourself. You haven't been in to see me before, have you?
I'm Captain James T. Kirk, commanding the USS Enterprise. These others are my crew. Science Officer Spock, Lieutenant Uhura, and Dr. McCoy. Who are you?
We are the Fays. Did not your parents speak of me?
Captain, note that it identifies itself only erratically in the singular I, and a blend of voices typifies its communication.
Are you suggesting it is a hive mind, Mr. Spock? Or is the voice synthesizer simply programmed for a harmonic chord of voices?
Inconclusive. It may also be that an array of otherwise independent machines have been linked to provide the requisite computing power, although that is an antique and unsophisticated method of achieving this level of intelligence at odds with the overall level of sophistication and evidence. I suggest we pay close attention to both its actions and its words.
Fays, why would our parents have spoken of you?
I am here to care for all of you, Kirk. It is easier for me to care for you when you are younger, but sometimes one's parents are forgetful. We understand. I will care for you now. You will feel better after you eat.
Great. A food-fixating mothering computer.
It could in fact be very much that.
Fays, you're about to land on a planet inhabited by sentients in the middle of a settlement. If you are in control of this vessel, you must stop. You must not land there.
You will feel better after you eat, dear. Run along now. I'm very busy.
A female of middle age is seated against one wall. Her arms lie limply by her sides, and her legs are outstretched, giving her the aspect of a discarded rag doll. She is completely motionless as she stares into middle distance, focused on nothing.
She's cataleptic, Jim. Completely submerged within her mind, completely withdrawn from external stimuli. If I were to put her arm up in the air, it would stay there until I moved it back down.